So we were just thinking the other day, most weekends, or quite a few weekends during the dry season, we go out to the Keep River, which is really close to Kununurra. That's just across the border, so we're at the turn off to the Keep River within an hour. But we've never made a film of going out there, so this weekend we thought we'd change that. It's just Em and I this weekend, and we'll take a video diary of what is a fairly typical weekend for us. Particularly good now that the borders have opened and we don't need GTGs or anything like that. It was a real pain to get here when the borders were closed. You weren't supposed to come here at one point, so it's a wonderful spot. The Kununurra locals love it. It's a secret treasure of theirs and a really, really nice drive in. Perfect weekender for people in Kununurra. So here it is. We'll commentate along the way. Yeah, so we're just coming up now to the Northern Territory border. There wasn't even a sign here for a long time. They've only recently put the sign up here. There it is, state border, Northern Territory. We've now crossed into the Northern Territory. Having said that, there's no, geographically speaking, there's no other part of the NT that you can actually go to. So you can go to the Keep River area. They were building a prawn farm a bit further up this road. That's about it. Geographically, you can't get to any other areas of the Northern Territory from here. And likewise, the only way you can get to this part of the Northern Territory is through Kununurra. So when the border was closed, the NT government built a airstrip here and they were flying workers to the stations and the road workers and those sorts of people in and out by air from Darwin. But the borders are open now, so it doesn't really matter again. And the other interesting thing is this used to be gravel road all the way from the border. They built this really nice bitumen highway to service the prawn farm that was going to open up in the Northern Territory. And unfortunately it's collapsed. So the project has collapsed or it's stalled and it's not, the development hasn't started yet. So there's this amazing bitumen road which makes it really nice for us to get out to the Keep River. But it's all for nothing at the moment. I'm sure they'll sort it out one day, but at the moment, yeah, this road was built for absolutely nothing. It just makes it easier for us to get to the Keep River, I suppose. Yeah, actually turning onto the old road, they built a new bridge to cross the Keep River. So this is the old road, and you used to have to actually drive across the river in the old days. It was a proper river crossing. Not so anymore. There is a big new bridge which you can see to the right there. But I was going to take the prawn farm trucks across the river a lot more easily. But again, not happening at the moment. To get to the place where we want to camp, we have to go through Lagoon Station, or is it Lagoon? Lagoon. And they, most of the year, tolerate campers and fishermen and women entering their property as long as you shut the gate. But I suppose you should probably check before you head in there whether they're happy to have people and make sure they're not mustering or anything like that. Here's the dirt road starting. So after the last wet season, which was a big one, we now have an additional challenge when going to the Keep River, and the challenge is getting across the ruins of the bridge. Now this is Border Creek Bridge. Last season it was just an easy crossing. Now unfortunately it has turned into this monstrosity. So there's a chicken track to the right, and we tried that last week and I didn't particularly enjoy that. So we're going to try going straight across this week. So you may be witnessing us doing some damage to our brand new car, I don't know. I bloody hope not.
I bloody hope not.
Yeah. We've only got the little tyres here.
Oh wow, that is huge.
Let me see.
There's a big...
I've just got to have a quick look at it, hang on. I think it looks worse than it is. Here we go. I think I can straddle pretty much all of those.
Might get a bit bumpy on the camera.
And there goes my vision. Why we're looking at getting bigger tyres on the car, to be honest. Okay. Guarantee you, a lot of people take a lot less care than we do. We're just trying to. We're still a little bit nervous about our new car, so.
Don't want to hear any clunks.
Which we didn't, so that's it. That's actually a lot better than the chicken track, I reckon.
Yeah, a lot shorter too.
Just one last bit to get up. Beauty. Job done. So this is Emma's least favourite part of going out bush. It's her job to open the gates, and she's also spotted those cows over there who she's a bit nervous about them, but they're running away. But if you have a look at Emma's face when we go through these gates, you'll see she's not impressed. It's not her favourite part of the job. Yeah, so all the people who take their fishing seriously, they'll keep following this road north along the river until they get closer to the saltwater of the Keep River, the salty brine section. But for us, we're more about a nice camping experience rather than actually catching heaps of fish. So we're going to take this turn off down towards a place called Green Lagoon. And we haven't been down this track since last dry season, so I'm not sure how good it's going to be, to be honest. Everything changes every season. After every wet, the tracks all change conditions, so we'll see how we go.
I can see a couple of massive cows.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is all Lagoon station obviously, and this is their cattle.
These ones on the road.
All of these stations up in the Kimberley lose cattle to saltwater crocodiles, and we're hoping to be able to film a few salties where we're heading today. pretty much all the water up in the Kimberley, all the waterways have saltwater crocodiles in them. So this is no exception, the Keep River. I think we've got that rocky jump up coming up soon. Again, just another rocky jump up section that we have to hop over, and still with these, we haven't got the big tyres on our car yet, so we just have to treat these little jump ups with respect at the moment. A lot of people wouldn't, but we will until we get a little bit more clearance off the ground, which hopefully won't be too long. But there we go, it wasn't too bad. Right, sorry to wreck your nap, guys, but we're going to have to get through here.
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, there's one coming to the side of the car.
Well, we just saw a jabberoo, but it flew off before we could film it. We'll go for a walk around here and see if I can get him. So we've made it to the floodplains of the riverbed, or adjacent to the riverbed, and this would all be obviously underwater in peak wet season. But we're very close now, and I'm really hoping that the salties who live here are on show. This is, in my opinion, this is the best place in Australia to come and see saltwater crocodile, Green Lagoon. We will hopefully be able to show you very shortly soon. Well, yay. Let's see if we can sneak up on a few saltwater crocs from a distance, obviously. Oh yeah, there's one. I'll see if I can zoom in on him. Oh, he's going to jump in the water there. He's just getting into the water there. There are some insanely big crocs here. Now I'm really sorry if this doesn't look very clear. You'll see some floating bits, or they look like bits of wood floating through the water. They're not, those are crocs. And on the bank, a long way in the distance, where the grass isn't, in the middle of the screen, there's a big one sunning itself on the other side. A bit later on we'll try and get some better footage of this. You're going to have to trust me, there are some massive big salties in here, some of the biggest going. hopefully your barra bait from the cast net mullet. Good size mullet as well. So they should do the job. I'm going to put them in the live bait container. Well, we'd hoped to see some decent sized crocs, and here they are. So these are huge. These are all 4 metres plus. Some of these will be 5 metres, I reckon, at least. I can't zoom in any further, unfortunately, but 1, 2, 3, and there's probably at least another dozen we can't see at the moment in the water. You can see little shapes and heads around which won't come out in this camera. These things are dinosaurs, amazing creatures. And they're probably all big enough to take cattle. So any cows or bulls that ventured too close to the water to get a drink, these things are big enough and powerful enough to take them. So you can sort of see why all the waterways up here near Kununurra, or pretty much anywhere in the Kimberley or the top end, you've got to treat with real respect, because you take a chance in the water with one of these things. Well, I don't know about you, but I am not willing to take that chance. Absolutely amazing and powerful and intimidating looking things. So we got the lines in the water. There's a big mullet on a big hook that's on the river, but we haven't had any interest at the moment. I suppose the water's getting colder now, but we'll see. And here's the camp oven sitting on top of some coals with some coals on top, and in that we have a section of short beef ribs with a selection of seasoning on it, and we're really looking forward to that. And a few beers and wines to go with it. This is pretty much every Saturday night during the dry season, to be honest. It might go to some different places, but it wouldn't look too different to this. It's about 8 o'clock at night. We've just lost a barra, unfortunately. So we know it's a barra because it had that slow sucking pull on the bait. We had a few soft pulls and then it ran and we heard it jump out the water. But when we tried to strike it and get it in, it spat the bait and took off. So that was a bit disappointing. And this is also a more beer than barra first. Since we've been here, the government's changed. The federal government has changed. So we know that the coalition and Prime Minister Scott Morrison has been defeated, and Anthony Albanese will become the next Prime Minister with a Labor government. We just don't know whether it will be a minority or a majority government. But there you go, that's the first. That's the first for More Beer Than Barra. The first time we have had a change in government mid-trip and mid-video. Exciting times, AM.
Very exciting.
Not really. It'd be more exciting if we get a barra. So we'll see. We've just put a fresh bait on now, let's see what happens.